Good evening, happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to the Bobby Moore stand. God, I'm dribbling. Got loose lips. What's going on there? Welcome. That's never happened at the start of the show before. I'm joined by Chris, as usual, and Pete. We've got a lot to discuss tonight. Tons, actually. Try and do it in an hour. We must do it in an hour because I want to record a quick member show afterwards as well. Right. A couple of things. I mean, we've got to talk about Man City. They should be getting docked 60 points now. Why ain't they getting docked 60 points now? Todibo has got fired at last. According to Spurs fans, I think, as Pete said before the show, he deserved a 5-year contract, really. Did a fabulous job there. Provided a lot of entertainment. No news on Jimmy Summerville that means anything. Or Todibo. I hate the way this all goes quiet, but let's talk about that in a minute. And, yeah. I think we've got to discuss the ramifications of what happens if Jimmy don't come back after what we saw last week. And remember back to Villa when he got injured the first time around, and then we had no news on him. He just went missing for like 3 or 4 months, didn't he? Weren't great. Jarrod Bowen. Talk about him. Publicly calling for unity and fight. I mean, that's an obvious thing for a captain to do, but I think in this situation, it's absolutely needed. And I think that's it. That's enough to be getting on with. Before we go there, though, I just want to do something really different. And that is just very quickly, for you who are not members, and for some of these you that are members, because I went to bed at 4:30 this morning. It was supposed to be 3:30, but the clocks went forward. Oh, no. Did you know, Chris?
Mate, I didn't even know we had a show tonight, let alone the clock's going forward. So just thought I'd throw that one in there.
I thought you were going to throw that one in there unexpectedly, because you don't bear grudges, do you? That's a good thing about you.
No, I don't take it personally at all. No, but it's just, me and Claire, neither of us knew. So Pete didn't really know either. So, yeah, cheers for that, mate.
I think my body clock is up the wall. I think it's, at the moment, I think it's like about 9 o'clock in the morning or something. I'm all over the place. But, and that's why I just want to share with you, because for those of you who are not members, but attempted to join, let me just show you the first benefit that you'll get, as well as member content, the first benefit you get. And this is really the vision behind the membership scheme. It's to build a framework containing a load of good stuff. And the framework is a website, a very secure website. That's why it's taken so long. 2 weeks of my valuable time, late nights, almost every night, to get this damn thing up and running. It's going to be rebranded before it's launched. That's the only difference. It'll be launched on Wednesday. Basically, it's got the kind of functions you'd expect. It's got a very, very good forum. It's all best in class and very, very fast. Based loosely, not loosely, quite closely on Reddit for functionality. Everything is secure down to certain tiers, because there's obviously certain content I want to keep to a small audience, even on here, right? All of the members' videos will be on here without ads, because they don't stream through YouTube. We've got almost unlimited storage space for this. So we're going to be building huge libraries of content, including, obviously videos, but other things as well, things that we think West Ham fans will enjoy. So that's just the basics, right? That's the basics. There's also a direct messaging thing where you can DM other members, which is quite good. That took a while to build from the ground up, but hey, it is what it is. Not that I've been busy, but there have been a lot of releases so far. The test users have been helping out a lot. So that's been really helpful to me. There's lots of things you can do in here as well. It integrates. You can have just a display name. You can keep yourself private. You can turn off your profile visibility. I've thought of everything. Not available for DMs, so you can take yourself off the DM list. You can't get, it will respect your time zone. So if you do link it to Telegram, it's not going to blat you with messages all the time. It will just do it during daytime hours, at polite hours, because I don't like being disturbed by a bloody phone last thing at night. So try to put a lot of thought into it. Various areas. So the inner sanctum is going to be the place where we lock down certain documents which are sensitive, and certain ones that are just like a collection of stuff that everyone will like. But the thing this is the ambition. All right. When you log into this, when you become a member, you simply fill in a form with your email address that you use to log into YouTube and your full name, and you'll be approved pretty quickly. And then the login is really simple. You do it with your Google login. It's dead simple. It works just as well on mobiles as well. It looks just as good. Obviously, if it's a small screen, try to make it so it's easy to navigate no matter where you are. Now, this is the ambition. This is the grand, and this is like version 1 of the West Ham toolbox. And what I'm doing at the moment, once I finish this website on Wednesdays, I'm going to build the back end to this, which means that it's the data feeds that feed all of these different tools, all from different sources and whatever else. But the idea is we're going to have all-time West Ham database. We're going to have player deep dives and unique views from players all around the world. We're going to have interactive ways to interact with the show directly. I've said this before. Chance to interrupt Chris. Who could resist? I do it quite often. It makes you feel good. And also, what we're going to be doing with all this, we're going to the sort of piece de resistance is to, transfer window is really bloody annoying with all of the bullshit, the huge amount of bullshit that come out. I want to have something. I want to have somewhere where you can see a single source of truth, if you like, a single source of truth gathered from thousands of different sources, sort of consolidated down into what we see as the transfer trackers. And we're going to go and you'll be able to pull that data straight away. So it ain't going to be like reading a news article and going looking up the player. You'll just see the player's name. You'll be able to click on it and see the player information, right? And also the updates. You won't be seeing repeat news articles. Just if it is a real story, you'll just see another update to it or something like that, right? It's cut down on time wastage. So yeah, all this stuff's being built. That'll be ready for the transfer window. The rest of it will start drip feeding out once I've built the back end in about 3 or 4 weeks' time. Right, but it's just taken me a couple of weeks, just over a couple of weeks to get this going. There's going to be some really good stuff on there, fun stuff, emotional stuff, etc., etc. But that is enough of that. If you fancy a piece of the action, please let me know, and or just join. I am looking for people to assist in certain ways as well. So if you're interested, not interesting, everyone's interesting. If you're interested in helping out in some role. I've got a way to let you into the website if you can't afford to become a member, but we can do this bartering system where you help me out to do certain things. All right. I won't do that with very many people, to be honest, but it's something that, this goes against all my principles, really. I'm just saying. But anyway, it's what we're doing here is we're taking it forward and we're going to try to deliver something. Well, we will deliver something very special to the members. All right. So let's go talk about the news. Should we start with Man City?
I'll just Man City. Let you crack on, carry on talking, girl. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, that was an advert, Chris. It was an advert.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It was
a sort of just showing people. It's what I've spent 2 weeks late nights doing. Right?
You've spent late nights doing this. You never mentioned once.
I never mentioned it. That I went to bed at 4:30 this morning, did I? Right.
Was it 4:30? Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You must be tired, mate.
Really tired, Chris. Really tired. Yeah. I forgot to tell people there was a show tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Apparently, that's what I heard as well.
Yeah. So anyway, Man City, they've been found guilty. The room has it, and they're going to be penalised by 60 to 100 points. But they're umming and ahhing about when they're going to make that penalty happen. Now, it should happen now, really, because they've been found guilty. Should be in season, shouldn't it? It's not going to happen, is it? They're going to do it probably in the summer.
But even if it happens next season, they'll still get relegated anyway, because they'll have to have a 100-point season in order to stay up.
I know, but what about the third from bottom team, i.e., us?
Or Spurs?
You know what I mean? This is a Sheffield United situation.
They'll do it from next season, Gary. They'll start on minus points. I don't think it'll be 60. They'll start on minus points because if they do it now and effectively relegate Man City will then appeal that decision, and then the club that is sort of in that no man's land can't plan for transfers. They don't know whether they've got to sell players, the wage bill, and that will go on throughout the whole transfer window. So I don't think it will be until next season, or it won't start until next season.
Yeah. We know it won't be, but ain't you a bit aggrieved that they ain't just fucking finding it? Because this has been going on for ages. It really should have been the beginning of the season, right?
That's what I'm just more aggrieved about is the length of time. It seemed like with the Everton and Nottingham Forest last season, it seemed like it was decided within a week.
Yes,
and they were deducted those points straight away. And this one's been years, isn't it? This has been going on.
Yeah, bloody ages. I mean, they've got expensive lawyers and all that sort of stuff, but that doesn't get you away from the fucking, rules are rules. And if you broke the rules 180 times, which they have, I mean, the penalty should be severe. But they've just let Chelsea off, haven't they, with a fine because it was under the previous ownership. So what? It's the same Chelsea business entity, isn't it?
I mean, what happens if Man City win the league this season? In effect, they win the league, right? Because there is still a chance they could win the league.
Well, there is a chance they win the league. Yeah, of course there is.
Which is incredibly unfair. Well, would be incredibly unfair if you're an Arsenal fan as well, right? Not that bothers me, but yeah.
I don't. To be honest, I'm past all that. I don't give a toss who wins the league. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I mean, if you gave me a choice and West Ham were safe, I'd say not Arsenal. But now I don't care.
I haven't even looked at the top half of the Premier League for about 6 months.
Exactly.
That's how much I care. Honestly, I don't even know what's going on up there right now.
I'm exactly there with you on that, Chris. I've only looked at the bottom half of the table for this whole season now. I've never even bothered looking at the top.
It doesn't even exist to me, the top 10 anymore.
Yeah, I know. So, look, is what it is. I don't think we're going to benefit from it. I'm worried about Spurs, though. I said this a few weeks ago. They have got some good players. If they choose to play and they come back from injury and they don't choose to get themselves sent off all the time, if they do select a decent manager or someone that can get those boys going, we're in trouble.
I'm not really bothered about it, Gary. I've got to be honest with you, because I kind of feel like, okay, so who realistically will they get in? That's the first question that we kind of need to answer, right? And they're talking about Harry Redknapp, Brian Mason, Tim Sherwood, all these people, right? But ultimately, they've got 7 games left to save their skin. 7 games. They've got players coming back, but a lot of those players will not be match fit and match ready. And a lot of those players, I think, are checked out mentally anyway. So I think they probably will have a bit of a bounce. But again, like we said so many times, we just need to concentrate on our own game. And the rest will take care of itself. If we go down, then we go down, right? We can't rely on Spurs yet. We can't. I just think we just have to focus on our games. I do.
I'm with Chris on that. I think we can only worry about our games. And I don't think it is just us and Spurs as a shootout. Leeds are still 3 points above us.
Yes.
Nottingham 4 points. Nottingham Forest are 3 points above us, and there's 21 points to play for. It is not all over at the moment.
Yeah, no, I agree. Someone said in there, "What monster you on?" It's only me. It's this white one. All sugar-free monsters. I go for the healthy approach. Part of your 5 a day. I think, Chris.
I'm drinking water. Mineral water for me, Gary. Mineral water for me.
So let's move on to Crescencio Summerville. The mystery that is Crescencio Summerville. There was a rumor last week that he was going to go away and travel with Holland, even though he was injured, which I thought would have been bloody stupid. I mean, sit home, put your leg up, mate. I don't know. What was this? This happened a while ago now, 9th of March, calf injury. In the during the it was towards the end of extra time, wasn't it? In that FA Cup game. Yeah. And then we had confirmation a couple of days later it was a calf injury. Initial optimism, it might be available for the Villa game, which he wasn't. He gave Nuno gave an update. Cree is not available for this game, but he's getting better each day. But no one's actually telling us what starting point he is, right? Is he getting better as in he's nearly fit, or is he just improving from being absolutely fucked?
From what I understand, he'll be back for the Leeds game. He should be fit enough to make the Leeds game. Whether he starts or not, he's been all over the press. I think both him and Todibo, right? So I think worst case scenario is that he'll be back for the Wolves game, because perhaps playing against Leeds is not the best thing to do. I think if he is fit, he probably would start on the bench rather than start, in the first 11. But I think he will be back. I don't think the injury is anywhere near as severe as initially, we all thought. So I think he will be back. I don't think we need to worry about that too much, Gary. Yeah, no. Of course. Unless we rush him back and he gets an injury against Leeds, which obviously we don't want that. But I don't know, mate. I think it'd be all right, as will Todibo. So I'm not really worried about that too much yet, unless I hear otherwise.
We have got this ties in nicely to a little story that Sean Whetstone published on Twitter today. He's been doing some good investigative work lately. Let me put it like that, putting his research in. Nigel Khan asked him, how much has Sullivan actually spent on West Ham? What has he actually invested? And I put together a really long, elaborate response to this message. But in total, he has invested 15 million, if you take into account everything he's taken out officially from the club. So even if you only count the official stuff that he's taken out, he's only paid 15 million net for a 37% stake in the club or something, or whatever it is. 30, yeah, slightly more. And then the Gold family have paid around about 7 million net for their stake. So 22 million.
You invested more than that, haven't you?
I have. I think I have. But 22 million joint investment between those two for a stake in the club of 64% or something like that, right? It basically means that because he still insists that it's worth 500 million, even though it's laced with debt, we've got no assets, we've got players, we're the only assets are the players, and we got our training grounds belong to a fucking payday loan company. But that aside, everything's rosy in the garden. We're in a load of debt, we've got no cash flow, we pay the wages at the payday loans, but no, we're doing great. The club's still worth 500 million apparently. Well, on that basis, if he did sell it for 500 million, it'd make a 14.5x return on their combined 22 million investment, right? Which is fucking pathetic. By the way, I can understand why Kretinsky hasn't invested more, because he's actually invested 167 million into this club, right? So in total, the people who have invested money, including Trip Smith, comes to about 200 million in share capital. There's zero share capital in the club at the moment, right? So on that basis, you say it's worth 200 million, but it just shows how greedy the geezer is, right? Totally greedy. See my ex rant for other details on that one. Right.
Oh, are you getting a little bit active? Are you on X again at the minute?
No, I'm not. I just, every now and then I dip in and I see something interesting. It was an interesting article that Sean wrote, and I thought, well, that's all very well, but then you look at he ain't just lost 15 million. In my opinion, he's made a ton of money out of this club, and that's what I put in my my ex thing. Well, can't prove it. Of course you can't.
I don't think that's just your opinion, Gal. I think that's collectively the overall consensus of opinions from West Ham fans. He has made money out of his club. That board have fucking fleeced his club for every fucking penny it's got. Right? It's a fucking disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. I'm honestly, I'm tired of talking about that little prick. I really am.
In the craw, as I said before, right? Him and Karen Brady's a business genius, a self-confessed business genius, Baroness bullshit of Mayfair, but she's on telly as a business expert, right? As part of the apprentice team. Now, he runs 47 active companies and has got significant interest stakes in other companies as well, plus an accountancy degree. The guy's no fool. He knows how to run a company. He knows about money. So I can't look past, with that level of expertise, I can't look past this being deliberate.
Yeah, of course it is. I agree. We've had this conversation. I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. This is all by design. He's totally fucking screwed us over. They all have. So yeah, as everyone's saying in the chat, BS out. That's what we've been fucking saying every single week for a very long time now.
But I'm sorry to say, I did actually, me and you, we come to this conclusion in the summer, didn't we? It's a fucking asset strip. It's exactly what it is. You know what happens if we go down? Which is why I think he's not put up much of a fight. In fact, if anything, he's tried to help us go down by selling all the backup players, right? He's given Nuno hardly anything to spend. Nuno hadn't really helped himself if he was pivotal in those deals, because apparently on paper we paid 52 million for those two players. Well, we didn't, did we? Come on. Are you fucking kidding? But we did. It came out of the club. But that ain't how much the receiving club's got, is it?
Again, I'd love to understand the makeup of that deal, particularly the Pablo one. That's the one that's got the big question mark for me.
That is true, Chris Mills. Sean didn't mention the Bowling Phoenix. No, he didn't, because that would have taken away that 15 mil. Would have meant he's invested fuck all officially. Yeah. All right. So look, he's a dodgy old bloke. And look, this is another reason why we can't talk on public platforms like this, but we can talk on private platforms, if you get me.
Yeah, Gary, just a quick one. Yeah, there's a couple of people comment. Someone said this to me the other day about adverts going on midstream. Is it on?
It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
I know
it must have slipped on in the StreamYard settings. I ain't going to change it midstream. Yeah. I'll turn it off. So sorry about that. It'll be off next time. I'll make sure of it. You know what I'm like? I'm lazy. It's like I'll go default settings. I don't even fucking look at them. And so if it's slipped on.
What's it an advert for, though, Gary? Is it your new calendar that you've been working on?
Is it advertising?
Gary's new range of fitness products, Pete. That's what it is.
Yeah, pack 20 Benson and a can of Monster. That's my fitness regime.
You can well. How's the alcohol? Is it you still no drinking, no alcohol?
Yeah, I'm on. Lisa hit 90 days yesterday. She's done 3 months without alcohol. I'm 14 days behind because that goes back to the date when we beat Spurs, which I was lagging that day. Absolutely fucking lagging.
Well, it's understandable, mate. You know, you do. I think it's it'd be ridiculous if you didn't have a drink that particular day. But you're doing well, mate. I'm proud of you. You're doing really, really well. You know.
It's been tough, but the more you go out, like I went out in Glasgow last week, and you know how much the Scottish people drink, typically, you know, they did all drink, and they all have, every single bloke at a football team. I found that strange, because usually you get, oh, no, I'm not into football, I'm into rugby, or I'm into golf. Boring. But all of them, passionate football supporters. I had so many good chats there, and I didn't have a drink. They were so pissed, some of them couldn't control their lips.
I hate it when people like kind of expect you to drink, because it's almost as if to say, well, you can't have a good time unless you drink. But I'm kind of one of those people where I can, like, I don't have to get pissed to have a good time.
Terence Trent D'Arby once said, you don't have to take your clothes off to have a good time, do you, Chris? You know what I mean?
Oh, in certain circumstances, yeah.
But no, it was... I had a couple of Heineken 0.0s, and to be honest, the first time, because you know when we went Lanzarote, that was a test. Fuck me, that was a test. Me and Lisa go on holiday. We're drinkers, right? Go on holiday. For the first time, we're not going to drink a week. They planted us in front of the sea on a lovely summery afternoon in the shade, and they were ready to bring us cold beers if we wanted them.
And you were just turning them down. But what about the smoking thing, though, Gary? Because it's like you got.
Well, giving up soon. No, giving up soon. But the thing is with smoking, Chris, as you probably know, drinking leads to smoking. Whenever I've fallen off the wagon with smoking, it's been down to drinking,
and vice versa.
No, never the other way around. It's always drinking leads to smoking, because my willpower deserts me as soon as I'm drunk, turn into right prat.
I'll tell you, talking to prats, there's a real prat in the chat at the moment as well.
Oh, well done.
Get your moves out, and well, I'm not going to read that up, but yeah, probably kick that guy out.
Claire's probably gone already. When's Claire's day? I've missed Claire's one. She said, she hadn't drunk alcohol for 11 years. No, it's a result, Claire. So I mean, honestly, not just saying it because I've done it. I mean, I'll always love a drink. I'll always be tempted to have a drink, right? But at the same time, I feel so clear-headed at the moment, and I've had hardly any sleep as well. So
I don't drink. But I'll tell you what, if we start this season, I will break that.
Don't break it, Pete. Don't break it.
And you as well, Gary. You should break it as well.
On a Heineken 0.0, Pete.
I think you should get back on it as well, Gary. If we stay up, if we win the FA Cup, you telling me you're not going to have a drink? Come on. There's exceptions, right?
No, I'm not going to have a drink. No, I'm not. This is a change. I'm going to try and stick to it. I ain't putting an end date on it or an event at the end of it. I really enjoyed myself. for the first time the other night in Scotland, going out and not having a drink. First time I've done it.
Oh, I don't know, but winning the FA Cup, Gary.
I mean,
I genuinely would love to. I'd have to go and get. I could as well, but I just feel like getting pissed would be the.
No. It's the problem. It's peers and Claire trying to force you to have drinks. Alcohol makes me feel like me too.
I don't see this as peer pressure. I see this as me putting pressure on myself. It's not about peer pressure. I will drink if we win the FA Cup. There's no question.
No, you drink away, and I'm very happy for you, right? But I'm not going to. Right? I'm going to try.
As long as you're happy for me, that's the main thing.
I've got a fucking cocktail night on Wednesday. Right. So back, I know. Back to the football.
The cocktail.
I know. It's like fuck my life, you know.
Is that you just mixing six different cans of Monster?
yeah. That's what I'll have to do. Yeah. The good thing is when I give up smoking, I'll get my taste back as well. So then I'll start to appreciate more the finer things in life, right? So what we got next? So look, Jarrod Bowen. Honestly, this week has been a bit of a challenge on social media. The comment sections and all the videos. There've been some. We've got a 3-part fan base. We've got the ones who are normal, which is the vast majority, right? They're normal, they're nice, they're lovely, they're supportive of West Ham, and then you got. I wouldn't like to put a percentage on it, but it's a small percentage, maybe 10% of people who cannot tolerate any form of criticism whatsoever of West Ham, no matter how no matter how bad we are, right? Will not tolerate it. And so they immediately cast you off as, oh, fucking hell, because they've looked at the thumbnail and said, oh, you're fucking negative, just like all the others. Oh, fuck off. Of course we're not. Let me just interrupt myself. Thank you, Johnski, for the $5. Did you make it to Clyde Best evening? No, I didn't. I went out last night with my wife to see her ill brother. won't go into details, but I had to pull out of it at the last minute. But my cousin Paul, he got to hang out a little bit with Clyde Best. He's got photos with him and everything. So fucking, I'm a bit sick, to be honest. I would have loved to go because I love the story, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
right up my street. But thanks for asking. So I think, yeah, where was I? We're talking about Jarrod, about positivity and negativity. So there's this handful of people.
So don't worry, Claire, I've got this as well. I can see all these bell ends in here as well. So I'm keeping an eye as well. So don't worry about it.
It's the handful of people who literally, they were delighted we got beat last week. And it's confirmation bias for them, right? Everything's shit, everyone's shit. Nuno's got to go on, no, as they're calling him. And you just get abused, right? I don't care. I've got thick skin or I want to do it, right? But, nothing surprises me now. But I really wish these people would fuck off, you know what I mean? Go and have their opinions somewhere else. They clearly ain't watching the video. They're not thinking about anything. They just want to just spread bile everywhere.
Yeah. I said that before. We should do a show where we bring up all of the ridiculous comments.
We will do.
Even slag us off as well, which are quite funny, right? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'd love to do that. Make me all vengeful, wouldn't it? So Ryan went to on Thursday to Clyde Best, and it was brilliant. Shamed it. It was a real shame. I had my heart set on it, and I said yes. But such is my organisation, the calendar I shared, a Google calendar I shared with my wife, it was in there where we were going out. But I still said yes. I didn't check.
Oh, fair play, mate. Fair play. Yeah. Sorry, just to answer Jason, what's the latest on Summerville and Todibo? We've already addressed this. I think we think that they will be back for the Leeds game. But if not the Leeds game, then hopefully the Wolves game. So yeah.
The last I heard was from is it Rashane from the Athletic that was saying that they both should Todibo will be fine and Summerville should be. It's just a question of whether Summerville will be on the bench. And then they'll bring him on if they need to. Yeah. Which is the same as Brentford, really, isn't it?
Let's hope so, because we don't want to get down to one centre half. Welcome aboard, Ray, new YouTube member, the latest YouTube member. You'll enjoy it, Ray. You'll enjoy it. Where'd this fucking idiot in here? Get the fucking junior Claire.
He's gone. I've done him.
Right, okay. Anyway, talking of trolls, we seem to be a target of trolls at the moment. Who knew? Right.
Well, do you know what? Let's call it for what it is, Gar. These people that do this, they're fucking idiots, right? I've got it's so pathetic. I mean, who the fuck are you? You're at home behind a fucking keyboard writing bullshit. Seriously, get a fucking life. Excuse my language, but get a fucking life. You're an idiot. All of them are doing it. I'm actually imagining it's probably a couple of people, maybe even one person that's got multiple accounts that's doing it. It's fucking stupid, honestly. The only person you're making look like a mug is yourself. Fuck off.
They're sitting at home in their mum and dad's in their little room with their probably their Tottenham lampshade, Tottenham quilt cover. Thought, have a dig at West Ham. Yeah, anyway, who gives a fuck? Yes. Let's not give them any airtime. Right. So, by the way, when I read the story about Clyde Best the other day, literally every time I get something wrong because I don't bother checking my facts before I say it, I just do it off the top of my head. People call me out 4 or 5 times. It was actually quite welcome. He wasn't the first black player to play for West Ham. I kind of knew that when I was saying it, but I didn't have time to go and check. I think I clarified it when I was saying.
I thought he was. I got it wrong. To be fair, I got it wrong. And I did see the comments afterwards. Like, fair enough.
Yeah. So, right, let's have a look. So, Bowen, talking about this, Bowen. The reason I went down that little rabbit hole is because Bowen was the target of a lot of attention. A lot of the people going, he's fucking useless. This geezer on TikTok. I couldn't believe the conversation I had. He was fucking shit against. I said he wasn't in the second half. He was. Don't forget he was playing with Wan-Bissaka. I gave him a sensible answer. Don't forget he had Wan-Bissaka behind him, and he was like 5 yards from me. I saw him going up and down the line, trailed by like 3 Villa players for the whole of the second half. He must have got forward about 10 times. He really gave it his all. Tried to make it happen by himself. Gave him that answer. He said he was fucking shit. I said, so you're denying that I saw what I saw with my own eyes?
He wasn't good. He wasn't good, Gary. But I think you're right.
He tried hard second half, Chris, and I'm going to give credit for that.
No. What I'm saying is, he didn't have a good game. Like most of the players didn't have a good game, in my opinion. A lot of that is down to, in my opinion, formation. Yeah. Because obviously having one up front in Tatic gives the defenders to double up a little bit on Jarrod Bowen. He had 2 or 3 on him at most, for a lot of time during that game. So I think it was a difficult one. Yeah, it's a difficult one. But if you're going to call people out, then you got to call people out like fucking Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who had an absolute stinker.
Yeah. Listen, I would have patted anyone on the back who had to go Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because to me the geezer didn't try, right, and that's unforgivable in the situation we're in. Bowen,
you got to track back. You got to fucking track back, right? And for me, when I honestly, like, we were talking about him, I swear. I think Danny was next to me, and we were talking about the guy. We're talking about fucking Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I swear, I spent most of the game watching him. Doing nothing. He was genuinely awful, like really bad. I mean, like, if you have a bad game, it's fair enough, but a lack of effort for me is just not acceptable. It's unforgivable, particularly when you're in a relegation scrap. You need everyone working 110%. I don't think that he did. Actually, I'd be inclined to drop him for the next game, if I'm being honest.
I would as well. I'd put KWP, which is what I disciple said as well. Tatty needs speed. You suggesting amphetamines for Tatty or actual speed? Yeah, he's he's got no pace. What do you think of Tatty, Pete?
I mean, he's not a world beater. There's a couple of points though to make on the Villa game from my side of things. Is I think it's quite easy for people on the outside to think that we're a one-man team with Summerville gone, and I wouldn't say we're a one-man team, but what it does it makes us predictable. And as you mentioned there was 2 or 3 players on Bowen. So then if you haven't got Summerville and you shut Bowen down, then we do lack a lot of creativity. I also think it's very easy for people to say, oh, these players were shit, or we weren't very good. But we also need to highlight that Villa were fucking on it. They were
brilliant.
They are a Champions League team. They were also buoyed by the fact that people around them had dropped points, which gave them even more of an incentive to turn up and play.
But people look at their previous fixtures and they say, oh, they lost to fucking Chelsea at home last week as if they're shit. But no, I can guarantee you, they fucking turned up against us.
Yeah, you know what, guys, they did play better. They did play like essentially a top 4 team, but I think we also allowed them to do that a bit as well. Because like, there was no fucking pressing. There was no pressing whatsoever. As soon as we got the ball, they were all over us. When they had the ball, we were all fucking standing back, whether it was a low block, mid block, high. There was no fucking block at all, as far as I could see. It was shit. I mean, it was a really poor performance.
With the formation was that they played Pablo as effectively a left winger at times.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all.
Which meant that he was even more toothless up front because he didn't have his power helping him out.
Yeah. Someone's put it right here. They said, if you're going to play on both, sorry, I've lost a comment, but someone just said, if you're going to play Pablo, he's got to go up front with Tatty. Alternatively, he's got to play up front on his own. Like he did all right against Man City up front on his own. He ain't a fucking world beater, but he's a target man who will try and use his body to retain possession, right? Unlike Tatty, who can't do that.
Well, the thing is, we're still debating whether or not Pablo is actually a striker, let alone a football player. So why the fuck play him on the left midfield? That's what I said to you the other day. It doesn't make any sense to me. For me, I would have rather played a Adama Traore on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
He actually done all right when he came on.
He did well when he came on. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It's the same. Chris Mills is the same as me, right? I hate slagging fucking West Ham players off. I mean, most of them just go out and try hard. I want to circle back to Bowen in a minute, by the way, talking about that. Soufal never gave us a performance that bad in his time. No, he didn't. He was just, and he's done this before. First half against Man City, he improved in the second half. First half, he was just the same. So it's a trend, right? It ain't one off. And don't forget how badly he started the season as well, after being hammered a year. So he kind of deserves a little bit of criticism. And if you do your job bad one day, I think you can get away with it, right? A couple of days. But if you're getting quite consistently bad results, then you deserve a bit of criticism, don't you?
Yeah. Going back to Jarrod Bowen, did you watch the England game, either of you two?
I didn't. What happened?
Well, I only watched probably a bit of the second half. So I think it was Madueke got injured, didn't he? He got injured, got taken off. They put Jarrod Bowen on around about 30 minutes, something like that. So I watched most of the game, and I wanted to speak about this actually because it does frustrate me. We spoke about Bowen the other day about his credentials and playing for England, with the fact that we think that he should be in the England squad. Maybe not necessarily starting, but I think he's a viable option, bearing in mind the amount of goals he's got, the goal involvements, assists, and everything else. His overall work rate, his versatility, so many things, right? So anyway, when he came on the other day, I mean, he had an average game, but then so too did many of the other England players as well. But for some strange reason, this always seems to happen, is when Bowen has an average game, he gets called out. But when Saka has an average game, no one really says anything. When Madueke has an average game, they don't really say anything. It really, really winds me up. And, someone said here, like, sorry, you just moved it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Bowen did get attacked. Bowen did get attacked. The game was going to start against Japan on Tuesday. Madueke and Saka are both injured. But look, you know what? It is ridiculous because the guys never really had much of a chance for England. Very, very short substitution. Coming on as a substitute. I just don't think it's fair at all. It's not warranted. The negativity that you get. So I'm hoping that if he does play against Japan, even though I'm rooting for both teams, that he does well. Yeah.
Well, yours, I was going to say you got both your flags up. You both your scarves. You got half and half scarf.
I will do for that. Yeah. I will.
Yeah. So, what do you think? I mean, let's just review Jarrod Bowen and what he's done for us. I mean, firstly, he came in at a time when we were going to get relegated with Thomas Souček. He hit the ground running. He was a fucking revelation. And I've got to be honest, up until this year, it's his goals and Thomas Souček's goals that have pretty much kept us in the Premier League. As much as people don't want to hear that, that's what's happened. In addition to that, Danny Dyer said this, the dad, right? Danny Dyer said he didn't really even want to be the captain, but because he was asked, he accepted it. And that is a sign of a brave man, right? Because he's an introvert, right? And he's grown into that role to the point where he's starting to have a bit of an air of presence about him, leadership presence. Why is it that some people will never forgive? They make their mind out about someone, he ain't a captain, and then as soon as something is slightly off colour performance or something, or we lose, they'll circle back to that argument again. Why can't they fucking see the contribution that Jarrod Bowen has made for West Ham, right? He could have gone elsewhere. He signed for us for 7 years. He could have gone to Liverpool. This is a geezer who scored so many brilliant goals. Not even talking about the one in Prague, which gave us all one of our best nights for many, many decades. But he's just been a giant for us. How the fuck can any sort of right-thinking West Ham fan cunt him off?
It's shocking, really, isn't it? When you think that certain aspects of the fan base have said that Pablo, they like him because he runs about a lot. If that's the benchmark, then Bowen is fucking world class, because that's one thing that Bowen always does. And if he goes a couple of games without a goal, then he's massively dropped off. This season is so character building for him. Yeah, it's all very well being a captain when things are going rosy, but when the chips are down, he's going to learn from it. And I do believe that if we stay up and we can keep him, I think it's going to be huge for him. I think he's going to be a monster of a captain going forwards.
I totally agree with that. What do you think, Chris?
I still don't think he's captain material. I'm not going to slack him off in terms of his contributions as a West Ham player.
You don't think he's improved and grown? You don't think this experience, this kind of growing experience he's had in captaining West Ham in two of the fucking worst seasons across 3 managers, having players sold from under him, having the authority taken away from him through certain players as well, and he's got to this point where we're in with a chance of staying up? Do you not think that he's grown?
You're trying to influence me, Gal. Just what you're trying to do here. That's quite a pitch, but no, you can tell you work in sales. No, look, I think it absolutely is going to be one heck of an experience for him if he keeps West Ham up. Bearing in mind, obviously, how difficult a season it's been. Yeah. So yeah, I do. Look, I think he'll become more of a leader. I still just don't think he's captain material. That's just my opinion. I
think the first show that you guys had me on, we were talking about it early doors about whether he was captain material or not, and we went through the lineup, and you still couldn't name somebody else that could play that role.
That's the difficulty, though, isn't it? That is a difficulty, because maybe Thomas Souček, maybe Mavropanos, but then we never would have said that at the start of the season, because no one wanted Mavropanos in the lineup, let alone, do you know what I mean, captain material. But yeah, we do lack leadership, and as we said before, you look at who we got rid of in the summer, all captain material, all leaders. Whether it was Creswell, whether it was Soufal, whether it was Antonio, all like very vocal players in the dressing room. We lost them all. So really, who was left?
Potter's fault. That was Potter's fault, right? He did that, right? But as well as Sullivan wanting to sell all the senior players. But Martin says, we're incredibly lucky to have a player. So captain aside, we are incredibly lucky to have a player of his ability. He's an England regular after all. In this kind of West Ham team, a struggling team. Thank God for the female Danny Dyer, because otherwise I'm pretty sure he wouldn't be here. But I think he's been transformed into basically, he's incredibly loyal to us.
I think I watched that interview with Danny Dyer the other day that you said, and but he did actually say that, regardless of the fact that obviously he's a West Ham fan, Danny Dyer that is, and the whole family's West Ham. Jarrod Bowen is his own man and he'll make his own decisions. So I don't think that he feels obligated to have to stay at West Ham. If we get relegated, he's not going to have to stay at West Ham. He'll move on. And even if we stay up, he might move on. But the thing is, who is going to actually want to go out and buy him? 29 years old, who's going to need a right winger? Maybe Liverpool because of Salah. I don't know. Where else would he go to? Like a Newcastle, maybe? It's not a top 4 team, I don't feel, I don't really see that he would.
I got a feeling that the destination for Summerville is Liverpool.
Well, I'm not even looking at him going at the moment. For me, the obvious one going out the door first would be Fernandes. And it seems likely that Man United are kind of going in for him.
Man United are
they're already making I think more likely Man United. I think he will end up there. Summerville, I still have hopes that we might be able to hold on to him and sell some of the other players because for us, he's one of our stars. I think Thomas Suchek, well, we already know the situation with him. He's going to be out the door come the end of the season. He's got a year left on his contract. They're already trying to push him out, so they can get a bit of money before his contract expires.
Well, Budgie says here, this is actually quite, he's done all right whenever he's covered as captain. and he is kind of captain. He's been captain of his national team as well and got slagged off for his national team performances. But, he would get, no, he wouldn't clearly. I mean, look, as far as his family is concerned, Danny Dyer is a lover, not a fighter. I mean, he loves him. Put yourself in Danny Dyer's shoes where not only your daughter is a bit of a celebrity like you, she brings home a footballer. It could have been an arsehole, but it's actually a really grounded, nice bloke who plays for West Ham, your club. Then he goes on to captain your club. He scores the winner in a cup final for the first time in 43 years for your club. Gives you like the best fucking experiences. You can't buy that. Is one at life to have that experience, though, irrespective of what he does from now on.
I think what's interesting about Bowen from an England perspective and what's probably in his favour is that Tuchel loves defensive work rate as well. So whilst he probably won't start games for England, if he has to look at the bench in extra time or something and we get a goal lead and we need somebody that's going to put work rate in and track back, Bowen is the man on that side that's going to track back and help his defence out. Guarantee that.
Isn't it?
Bowen don't play for us. Oh, I must have missed the thing there. I must have missed
it. It's a good point, though, right? So we're talking about Bowen, right? So again, 29 going on 30, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Again, what's he going to be realistically worth if we sold him, particularly if we went down? I don't think he would stay. It wouldn't surprise me if he did, actually. It wouldn't surprise me even if he stayed up. What realistically are you actually going to get for him? And if you're only going to get 30 to 40 million, is it really worth looking?
It'd be 35.
So would it really be worth selling him for that kind of money? You'd rather get rid of other players that are less influential for West Ham, but we could still get half a decent price for him as well, You know
what I mean? Do you not think you'd sell him and then buy Kudos back from a relegated Spurs for like?
Oh yeah. It'd be. He can come back and join us in another relegation battle. It'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? What a welcome he'd get. Right. If you're captain, you have to be able to lead by example. He does, Alex. He absolutely. I mean, Mav is like the all-conquering hero at the moment. I don't say anything, but with regards to Bowen, when you look up close at his work rate, the geezer never stops. He does lead by example, absolutely. Just happens to play as a right winger, so you're not seeing it.
Do you know, like talking about Mavropanos, because we always have a segment where we talk about Mavropanos.
Yeah.
I switched my phone the other day, right? So, but before doing that, I wanted to go through loads of the footage and stuff that I filmed during West Ham games. I don't film loads, but now and again I get it out. My phone, that is.
Hey, Chris.
I said my phone. Shut up, mate. Filthy mind, mate. And it's quite funny because a lot of the footage I have of Mavropanos is with him on the floor. I don't know, with a head injury or some form of injury. And I think this season in particular, he's really worked these bollocks off, And I was going through some of the footage and he's really put his head in where it hurts. For me, honestly, for me, he's my hammer of the year at the moment. If I was to call it now, he's my hammer of the year because I think he's made such a difference to our defence.
Yes.
Such a difference.
He would definitely be my hammer of the year in a heartbeat.
I know he would, mate. We would know that anyway. He was your hammer of the year before the season started, guys. So.
Yeah, but I just think that nobody's been as consistent as him this season across both managers. Yeah, that's my thing. Chris and Pete, what's your thoughts on the players Arsenal have coming back from international duty with supposed injuries? They've got 10 players withdrawn from international duty. I smell bullshit. That's my answer.
I Carts again, and Arteta, they must all have injuries. They'll come back just in time to play their next game, no doubt about it.
They will. They'll all be fit.
Oh God, there's another bell end in the comment again. Sorry, like what is this? Spurs are staying up. Are you that confident? I can't even keep up with these fucking stupid comments.
So what's Spurs doing in our comments? Fuck off, Spurs.
I don't know. Honestly, I hope I banned the right person then.
I mean, look, I don't mind a nice Spurs person comes in because there are some nice ones. There are some decent ones. We've had a minute. You know.
Yeah.
This is right. Sullivan will flog anyone, no matter how much the fans like him. Yeah, and that includes Bowen. If he gets a decent offer for Bowen at the end of the season, he will sell him. But Bowen does have a say in that. That's all I'm saying. There are other people who should be sold before Bowen. None of them should be sold, but will be sold before Bowen. All right, and they'll probably bring in more money. The thing with Bowen is we've paid off the 25 million, so everything we sell him for is pure profit. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's such an influential player to us. If we start, we have to keep him. We cannot afford to sell him.
Yeah.
I know we're fucking heavily in debt and we need to make money back, but still.
I've got to address the head of security here. No, Claire, he's actually had a really, really good season. The times he's let us down this season hasn't really been him letting us down. It's been like in Potter teams playing alongside Max Kilman. It's been Kilman largely has let us down. I mean, he always makes mistakes alongside Max Kilman, but so did Todibo, so does everyone. I feel sorry for Max Kilman, by the way, but once your head's gone, I think your head's gone. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with you on this, actually, but I think Gary's right, Claire. I mean, honestly, I think Mavropanos has been exceptional this season. Yes.
Yeah. And he's fucking really captured the imagination at the moment with I mean, he was heroic at Villa last week. He really, everyone saw it.
I'm still on the fence. I'll be honest. I think if there was an award for most improved, Mavropanos would win it 100%, but I think there's still a lot of stories to be written yet.
But then you could also say that, you know, to your point about the most improved, you could say Summerville as well. I mean, he's improved dramatically, you know, particularly towards the second half of the season since he's come on.
For sure, but he'd done the square root of fuck all before the Forest game.
Yeah, probably. Well, no, he had some good games, but he had no end product, did he? That's the thing. I think with Mavropanos, to me, he's definitely the standout. He's definitely the standout player, and I can't really think of anyone else. I can't. I mean, obviously Fernandez as well has been very good this season, but no, I agree with you, mate. Dinos the hammer of the year.
Yeah, in fairness, Kilman has been consistent too. Yeah, he has. He consistently awful. I mean, I know that's what you meant. He's I don't know what's gone wrong with Kilman. I don't know whether a move to a club that ain't as much in the headlights as West Ham, like a Wolves or something like that, it will do him the world of good. He might get it back, but we're going to get fuck all for him compared to what we paid. That's the problem.
Great comment from Garino here. If Gary opened a Greek kebab shop, we all know what he would call it.
I'd call it Dinos.
You would definitely call it Dinos.
Yeah.
Dinos. Did I say? I don't know. I told you, but I don't know if I told everyone in the chat. So I bumped into a guy. I think it was against Villa. It must have been against Villa on Sunday. And he came up to me and he goes, "Is Gary at the game today?" I said, "Yeah, he's here somewhere." And he said, "Has he brought like a load of socks with him today?" I said, "What for?" And he goes, "Well, you know, I'll be knocking one out to Mavropanos." I love the way strangers just come up to me and they know about your love.
I think it's a fucking great merch item, isn't it? Socks, individual socks with Mavropanos' picture on them. We need the passion and determination Mav is showing to rub off on a few of our other players. Yes, we do. Well, no, you know, I think to be fair, you look at the back line last week, they were all good, but they all tried. You know, Malik was good. Dizazi was good. Mav was excellent. Wan-Bissaka let him down. And then you look in the middle, the midfield, Potts didn't know where he was. You know, Thomas was lost because he don't like the system with the 3 men in there. And Fernandez was played fucking on the right or the left or whatever it was first half, which was just a fuck up, right? Can't do it.
Yeah, it was a mess. You know, have you got a list of things, you know, the bucket list, Gary? I'm just wondering if you haven't had a tattoo yet, if Mavropanos scores the winner in an FA Cup final, are you going to get a picture of him holding the trophy up or anything?
I think I must. I must, absolutely.
You know, let's talk about this a little bit more.
Sandwich called the Mavropanos, the special at the top of the sandwich menu in my deli.
Can we go back to Pete's comment about a tattoo of Dinos? Are you going to do it or not? Then, let's call it out now. If Mavropanos scores the winner in an FA Cup final, or he kicks us up,
I'm not having a Dinos
tattoo on your bum cheek or something like that.
I love Dinos, but not in that way.
Would your missus be angry if you got a Mavropanos
tattoo on your bum cheek? Mavropanos tattoo. It ain't happening.
What about your right bum cheek?
No.
Left bum cheek.
I'm starting to question your love for him, Gary. To be honest, it sounds like it's all fake.
On your heart. Would you get it on your heart?
Get a private one that starts out with just like MS and extends to Mavropanos. Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
just saying.
Just Mav. You could say Mav, Gary. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
What if you get like Dinos written on your knuckles, mate? DINOS, like across your hand. You know,
Dinos. You've been Dinos.
Yeah. I think you should, mate.
Dinosaur,
what kind of Mavropanos fan are you? Like, you are his number one fan if you don't get a tattoo of him if he scores a winner in an FA Cup final.
I inquired with Kenneth Hanlon about the original Dinos painting earlier, which is what Ryan's just said here. I did ask him for the price. I do want it. Go in my collection. I've got loads of them in here.
Yeah, collection that you don't put up on your wall.
I like uncluttered behind me, but I still like looking at them. They're everywhere.
I believe it. I believe it, yeah. I don't think. I think you've got it tucked up on your wall. It's either that or you got Lisa wearing it. It's one of the two. I'm still trying to work it out.
Ooh, yeah, right. So let's have a look, see what else we've got on the menu. I don't think we have. I think that's that. Anything else we got? We want to go through some comments, Chris, and get some last minute conversation pieces.
I've been going through loads of comments, but you know, before we do this, right? Let's talk about Leeds. Let's talk about the Leeds game. I'm going away on Wednesday for like 4 days, 5 days.
What is it? Sunday?
Yeah. So I'm coming back. Look, mate, seriously, this is how dedicated I am to West Ham. I'll tell you something. I've actually loved not having West Ham this week, and it's been quite a nice relief actually, because I feel like my whole world has been consumed by football. Like, it's fucking so long now. This is the first break I've had for ages, and my missus, I think she genuinely has forgotten what I look like, which is probably no bad thing, but she's quite happy that I'm at home this weekend. Yeah. But anyway, we had this whole trip to Cornwall planned, right? But then I said, wait, hold up. Before we knew the actual date of the Leeds game, I said, we can't commit to anything right now. And I blame Fred as well. I blame Fred. I say, no, you know, Fred, I've got to do it for Fred. Got to do it for Fred. Got to do it for Fred.
Yeah.
So we've cut our Cornwall trip short. She's not been to Cornwall to see her mum down there for 2 years. I feel bad about this, but I'm slowly getting over it.
How bad do you feel, Chris? Are you over it already?
I'll tell you off camera. I'm doing all right. But Sunday. So we're coming back on Saturday night. We're coming back on Saturday night to make the game. Yeah, to make the game on Sunday. So I'm not going to be around, mate, unless I do it on phone or something. So let's talk about Leeds.
Sorry, 1 minute here. Johnsky says Gary's very dedicated to the mighty Greek goddess. He's a god, not a goddess. Daniel's ain't a bird.
No, but it is a bird. If your missus puts the Mavropanos shirt that I gave you on, then it becomes a bird. So maybe that's what he's referencing.
There is that.
Can you confirm whether or not you've given Lisa that shirt so she can wear it in bed?
It took me 20 minutes to sign up. Couldn't find my glasses. Sorry?
Can you confirm that Lisa definitely does not wear the Mavropanos shirt in bed?
I can confirm this.
All right. Yeah. I just wondered. I'm
a
bit disappointed actually by that, but yeah, fair enough.
Fucking hell, Chris. You're going overboard, aren't you? Look, no, let's have a Chris. Look, Chris Mills. Chris Mills, 11 tattoos, 11 West Ham tattoos. How many you got, Chris? How many you got, Pete? I got none.
I haven't.
I don't do tats. Right?
No, look,
I might get if we win an FA Cup. I might get one, but it won't be a fucking picture of Mavropanos.
Do you know what I did? Talking of FA Cup wins, right? So I was out in Lakeside yesterday, doing a bit of shopping, retail therapy. I popped into the West Ham shop. I know I shouldn't, but I did. I popped in there. I was a bit bored, and I bought a shirt. Okay, but it was the old retro one. It was the 1980 FA Cup, final shirt. Because myself, I felt it was the right shirt to buy right now because it was the year I was born. I feel like I hope we're gonna go all the way this year. So I'm hoping I can get that shirt out and I'll wear it at the final. Yeah, so I bought that. I did actually go and buy
It's a great shirt. It's a great shirt. That was my first ever West Ham shirt, right? And Nigel, I once had a conversation with him because he's the same age as me. Nigel grew up same era, similar West Ham experiences, and that shirt, not the cup final one, which has got like a picture, it's got a different badge on it. Used to have a round claret badge, the original shirt that I had, and blue shorts went with that white shirt as well. You can't get the original like that with a round badge. I'd really like to get one. A Mavropanos on a bed of lettuce with vine tomatoes and some pesto. It'd be more elaborate than that, John. Much more elaborate. How you doing, John?
Have we made? I should have done my research on this. Have we made the quarterfinals since the year that we made the final?
Don't know. I don't know. I mean,
does anyone know?
We have. Yeah, we have. What? 2006? You mean?
Yeah. Have we made the quarterfinals since then?
I know we ain't done it for 10 years.
Right.
That's all I know. That's all I know.
It's the best chance. It's the best chance we'll have in a very, very long time to actually get to a semi, let alone a final, right? So, how do you talk? Okay, so talking of the tattoo thing, right? So,
yeah.
So, Pete, you not got no West Ham tattoos? I thought you not got West Ham tattoos.
No, I've got a lot of tattoos, but no West Ham ones. The thing is, I was going to get the West Ham badge, and then they changed it to that fucking London monstrosity.
There's only one badge.
Stick with the original then, mate. My story I had on this, I think I shared this a little while back ago, but I was going to get a West Ham tattoo when I was younger, and I genuinely was like committed to doing it. Me and one of my mates who's also a West Ham fan, he said, right, let's go and get West Ham tattoos. Right, I said, yeah, cool, let's go and do it. So anyway, we didn't plan a specific date, but I suppose like in his mind, it was like he'll get it done, and once he gets it done, I'll get my one done. So he went out and got his tattoo done. And he goes, Chris, I've got a tattoo done. It's your turn now. I was like, yeah, cool, okay. And anyway, he showed me his tattoo. It was fucking awful. It was so bad. I looked at it. It was like,
was it spelled wrong?
It just looked awful, mate. The colours were wrong. It just looked bad. And I looked at that and I said, well, I'm not going to get it done now. I know I committed. I can't get that done, right? He still got it, obviously, and got it removed. It looked awful. Yeah, awful. But no, I don't have any tattoos at all. But I might get one. I might get one day. I don't know. I'm not going to rule it out.
Well, I ain't doing some deal with you if you fucking renege on it at the last minute like you did with your mate. I mean, you should have followed through there. I mean,
no. You didn't see this tattoo go. It was fucking awful, mate. It was bad. It was really, really bad.
Will you get a Kilman one if he scores the winner in the FA Cup final?
I'm not getting a player one because they expire, don't they? I mean, apart from a real legend like Bonzo or the Bobby Moore or Trev or something like that. But
Mavropanos is becoming iconic though now. He's
iconic, but not legendary.
Could be a legend if he scores an FA Cup final and scores a winner to keep us up in the final game of the season.
I think if we were to win the FA Cup with Jarrod as captain and he maybe scores a goal on the way to it, he could go down as an all-time legend. I think he is already, but I think he could do. I don't care what people say about him.
Yeah. Well, is he
definitely getting
one. Tied? How many is he tied, or has he gone past now? Antonio's
Premier League. He's not past yet, I don't think.
He's not past it. He's only a few behind because he was at the start of the season. I think he was only 6 or 7 behind at the start of the season.
Yeah, so I think it's inevitable that he will do, but imagine he left at the end of the season and he didn't. Be a bit of a shame, wouldn't it? Really,
it would be. So I don't think we've got any more news. I've kind of looked through and I can't find anything else to talk about. Nothing. But
we were going to talk about the Leeds game, though, right? We kind of
go on. Let's talk about the Leeds game. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, I personally, I think he's not going to play the full first team again. I don't know what Leeds will do. I think they'll do the same.
I want us to go as strong as we possibly can do, but I would say one thing. I wouldn't start Summerville. As much as I want to, I wouldn't start him because I think that we need to focus on staying in the Prem. And I'm hoping that if we have Summerville on the bench and hopefully we're winning the game, we won't need to rely on him. But if we do need to rely on him, then bring him on, but don't start him. That's what I would say. But other than that, I would say go strong as much as we possibly can do. I wouldn't actually, I don't think I would really drop many people.
What if someone got injured badly in that game, or someone pivotal, right? Would you feel Chris Mills can do us a bulk package, right? If we're a package deal, Chris. I mean, obviously his brother-in-law's been doing it for quite some time. He's practiced on Chris. So that's a safe bet, isn't it?
Well, you get 2 done. You can have, I don't know, you can have...
I don't get one for you, am I?
No, you get one on one bum cheek. You have Dinos on the right bum cheek and Mavropanos on the other bum cheek. Then you got your package deal, haven't you? One on each arse cheek.
Yeah, exactly.
I think with the Leeds game, I think like they did with Europe, you've got to kind of reward the players that have got you there as well. I know it's for a place in a semi-final at Wembley, but I don't think there was too many that actually played that badly in that game against Brentford. I think they can all out, and Brentford are a better team than Leeds are. I think a lot of those players played really well. Yes. Kante, I'd definitely give a run out, and I just hope that he doesn't stick with that same experiment that he had against Aston Villa. He's got to play. If he's going to rest Summerville or have him on the bench, he's got to play Traore on the left.
Yeah. If he is fit, I'd have Summerville on the bench for emergencies for sure.
Yeah, and it gives him something to think about as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. You would need a big cheek to get Mavropanos on it.
Oh, you'll be fine then, girl. You don't even need to get Dinos on the other cheek. You get Konstantinos on that one as well.
Yeah.
The game's on a Sunday, isn't it? And all the 3 others are on the Saturday. We're the only one on Sunday.
Yes. And then next stop Wembley after that. We're going to Wembley, as they say.
It'll be special, mate. It'll be, we deserve it though. We really, really deserve it with the season and the fucking dross and shit and stress that we've had to put up with this season. All of this crap that we've had to endure. A nice day out at Wembley. I know I'm not.
Sorry, 2 seasons, Chris.
I know, but I don't want to go back that far. I can't. It's just too painful, girl. Can't do it.
It's been 2 seasons of utter fucking tragedy. That's what it's been.
I know. Yeah. It's been awful, mate. But I'm not a massive fan of
Wilson, Tatty. Come on, Tatty to come on with Wilson. But yeah, look, I'd give Wilson a roll. I'd give Wilson a roll for sure.
I think I'd drop Tatty or Pablo, and I would definitely play Wilson. I would do. I think he's our best striker. He is,
Chris would have 2 pies on one cheek, 1.5 mash on the other. Exactly, Paul. Exactly.
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, and a bottle of chili vinegar on my chest.
Paul sent me because he went out to the Clyde Best thing and lucky git, right? He went out to, I should have been there. It should have been me. He went out, he had proper double pie and mash. And I've got to say, the amount of mash on that plate was way bigger than the apparent double you showed me the other
Fuck off. Right. Do you know, I'm not having this again. I'm really, no, I'm not having this. You're a twat. You're an idiot. I'm not like, do you know, hold up a minute. I'm going to actually, I'm going to go as far as doing this now, right? I'm going to send this and I'm going to share it. I'm going to share this and I want to get I want to get people's opinions.
I demand investigation into whether this is 1.5.
Right, whilst you're talking, I'm going to send this to myself, and I'm going to upload it, right? So people can see it for what it actually is. This is more than fucking 2. This is half a freaking plate of mash. Half a plate.
It's no way 2.5 mash.
Like, so when Pete talk, I need to sort this out.
Somebody in the chat here.
Yes, he does.
Is it this one here?
Go on.
2015-16 was the last time we got to the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. Does anyone know who we played? I'm trying to remember who.
Okay. No. I mean, it must have been one of the big boys, and we just laid down, right? It must have been.
Yeah, it has to have been.
Shall I have a look? Shall I have a look? Because that wouldn't hurt, would it? I'll do that while we're talking in the background. Right. So I think we're done. I don't think there's anything else. You got anything else, Pete? You want to talk about?
No, not at the moment. I think if we, I've obviously got a few ideas for some up and coming shows ahead. If you're trying to build some FA Cup fever and the other games coming up in the league. But no, I think it's been good.
Fancy our chances on Sunday?
I do. I think we will. I think it's going to go extra time, but I think we're going to grind it out.
Don't say that, please. Don't say that.
Yeah, it might be Summerville coming on an extra time to win it for us.
Of course it was. Fucking hell. You remember we got knocked out by Man United. Do you remember they got that dodgy goal?
Oh God, yeah. Yes.
After the Payet one. Yeah.
That was criminal. That was criminal. We should have gone through that Payet free kick.
Yeah.
We had the replay, did we?
We did. That was the best season. Well, I don't know if it was a replay or not, but I know they had a goal that should have been disallowed.
Right. Yeah. I think because we scored, didn't we? Didn't Kouyaté score and then they disallowed it? It would have been the equaliser to make it 2-2 at our place, and it was disallowed.
Yeah, but
we were better on the day, mate. We were. Hold up. Oh no, not that one. Hold up. No. But welcome back, Gary.
That's
that is, by the way, that is for sale. If anyone wants that made up, any size,
actual size, made out of wallpaper. Made out of wallpaper.
Yeah, we will make this available.
You get banned.
I think to all members, if you want to use this as wallpaper on your desktop,
help yourself. It'll be on the website.
We'll put it on the website. We will do. Yeah. As will this picture as well now, where I can get some genuine feedback on this, right? And don't be honest, everyone in the chat. Don't
quantify the mash. Look at it. Look at it. Take it in. Does that look like 2 mashes to me? Paul, you're the judge. Paul,
bearing in mind,
is that 2 mash? Because that don't look like 2 mash compared to what you showed me yesterday.
Fuck it. Like, look at the size of the pie. The pies are massive. Yeah, that's half a
normal pie.
That is a jumbo.
What is the matter with the pies? That looks like this one's near, that one's far away. It's like a mini pie down the other end.
You want about? They're the same size. They don't do mini pies and large pies in the pie and mash shop, do they? They're all the same bloody size, mate. Sorry, Pete. I've got you covered up by pie and mash here at the minute.
No. It's better looking. That looks better looking to me.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's delicious, isn't it, mate? I'm interested, right? That is. So look, this hopefully will put to bed the fucking 1.5 fucking mash thing that I keep getting thrown at me.
No, Ryan. No. It's never 2. No. Don't never back down.
Right. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah. Well, let me take this.
Never back down.
There we go.
Right. Anyway, I think we're done. Thank you all for joining. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, Bobby Moorstand, here on YouTube or Spotify, wherever you watch us. Give us a follow. Join, become a member, and get access to all the good stuff as well. And meanwhile, we're just going to be doing more free stuff, not less. And we're going to do a member show straight after this. Well, at least I am. I haven't even asked Chris. I didn't even tell him about this show. and he had the right ump back, didn't you, Chris?
Still have.
But he's brightened up, he's brightened up. Thank you, Pete. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me on.
And thank you, Chris.
Cheers, geezers. Yeah. Been a pleasure as always.
Indeed. Thank you, Claire, and everybody for the lovely comments, and the new member, Ray, and everything else. And see you soon. Kia ora,